once again, welcome to another HIX-TV sports telecast as we are bringing you the sectional tournament game from Paulding, where the Hicksville Aces will be taking on the Ayersville Pilots in a men's sectional tournament game. The winner in this game will play Friday night against Delphos St. John's here at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, the Aces came into this, they were the 6th seed in the region. Their opponent tonight, the Ayersville Pilots, ranked 8th, so that means the Aces will be the home team. And Delphos St. John 3rd overall, so they are sitting back and waiting to see who comes out of this sectional semifinal here tonight. And again, we just want to thank everybody here at Paulding High School for making us feel very welcome. We got terrific seats up here on press row. Ben Vandenbos is here with Jim and I running the camera. Last year when we were here, we were on the other side of the gym in the bleachers, and the seats are a lot more comfortable on this side of the gym, Jim.
I guess.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineups and begin with the visiting team, the Ayersville Pilots.
Okay, with Ayersville, they start number 1, Sam McGuire, a 6'1" forward, a sophomore. Started number 4, Ryan Martin. He's 5'9" guard. He's a junior. Number 10, Kyle Nicely, 6'3" guard. And he's going to be a senior, or he is a senior. Ethan Schlachter, 6'8" forward, number 11, and he is a senior. So they're going to be losing some great height, and we still got to get through them here tonight. And the last one is number 24, Jacob Berner, 6'3" guard, and he's a junior. They are coached by James Zachrich, and they have a 15-7 season record. For Hicksville, starting will be the usual. Everybody's back healthy now.
Yes, indeed.
Peyton Tunis, a senior at 5'9". Michael Myers, number 3, a junior at 5'9". Number 11, Jake Greer, number 11, Jake Greer, a senior at 6'2". Number 12, Parker Thiel, he's a junior at 6'1", and Landon Turnbull, number 22, a freshman at 6 foot.
And this, of course, is the second time that these squads have met. They played at the Red Zone towards the end of the GMC season. And in that game, the height advantage of the Ayersville Pilots was not enough to offset the speed and the shooting accuracy of the Aces. And so they picked up the win that night. Never an easy task to beat the same team twice in one season. It's not as hard as beating the same team 3 times.
Yeah.
But again, the Pilots, this is a neutral floor for both these teams. The Aces were here last year, but they're familiar with each other. They've played each other before, so both sides of the coin are going to have some adjustments made and some new tricks up their sleeves for this sectional semifinal game here tonight, Jim.
Right, exactly.
Hey, we want to say a big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters helping make our coverage from Paulding High School possible tonight. Of course, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships, Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. And also for the tournament, we also want to thank the Hicksville Athletic Boosters, lending us their support to help make our tournament basketball broadcast possible as well. We again want to thank them, always involved and always supporting Hicksville Athletics, the Hicksville Athletic Boosters. So thanks to both of them. Again, Jim Seiler calling the play-by-play. Ben Vandenbos is on the camera, and I'm Bill Murphy for Hicksville Community Television. Glad to have you here with us on this Tuesday night. And we're hoping it's going to be a pretty good basketball game.
Yeah, we're hoping that. So we're getting ready for the tip-off. It's going to be Ethan Schlachter at 6'8" against Peyton Tunis, 5'9".
Will Peyton even go up?
Oh, yes. It's a matter of pride if he can get it up there.
Ayersville controls the ball, and we're underway.
And Nicely has the ball. Nicely killed the Aces at Hicksville a couple weeks ago. He scored 26 points that night. Seemed like everything he threw up there went down. And we have a foul immediately on number 22, Turnbull.
Turnbull, yep.
And it'll be number 1, Sam McGuire, at the line shooting 2. Gets the first one. And the second. Aces need to keep in touch with them. They can't let them get away from them, or it'll be.
When you get to this level, Jim, in the sectionals, if you drop down by that 12 points, 14 points, it's really a hard hole to dig out of.
Tough to come back. It's over and back because it was off his foot. Yes, sir. Tipped it right to his feet, and he kicked it. So Martin has the ball, minus his headband that he had in the previous game. It's Ryan Martin. It's Kyle Nicely with the ball. Parker Thiel is on nicely. Maybe that'll help us. Schlachter got the ball, passed it off.
I'm sure they watched the game tape, and
oh yes, many times
they got the handouts, and that young man's name was highlighted in yellow.
Yes,
your number 10. Watch, do not let him.
Don't let him get any kind of shot.
Yeah.
He was throwing them in from everywhere. Peyton Tunis with a tray.
Hicksville basket number 2, Peyton Tunis.
That gives the Aces the first lead of the night, 3-2.
So Martin with the ball. Gives it over to Berner. Berner has it to Nicely. Nicely. Gives to Martin. Back to Berner. Berner drives to the hoop and doesn't release the ball. He had it tight against his shoulder, so it didn't come off very easily. So Hicksville got the ball back. Jake Greer with it, over to Parker Thiel. Parker spins in the middle and off the rim.
Just danced along the iron there and falls out the wrong side of the hoop.
Nicely running the ball from the point. Martin, Myers on him, gives it to Nicely. Berner tries to get into the lane. There's a little lob inside to Schlachter, and he lays it up.
Here's the basket number 11, Ethan Schlachter.
Makes it a 4-3 game.
Michael Myers with the ball out front. Gives it to Parker Thiel. Peyton Tunis in the two-point area, and he missed. Rebound was brought in by McGuire. Mick.
Yep. Martin and McGuire. So
Berner has it across the lane. Gives it to Nicely. Nicely working to get a shot. Doesn't happen to open up. Martin with the ball. Nice blind pass inside, and it's knocked away by Greer. Martin got it back. It's now with Nicely, and he just traveled.
Parker Thiel's having a little bit of an effect on him, and
yes,
putting him off his game just a little bit.
That was the old foot slide there. Now the Aces with the ball.
They trail by a point. Very early on here, first quarter action.
Tunis to Parker Thiel to Turnbull. To Myers, back to Peyton Tunis. Landon Turnbull with the drive. Kicks it out to Greer, and a three-pointer from outside by Jake Greer.
Hicksville basket number 11, Jake Greer.
And the Ace is going to give him a little pressure to think about. Not a lot, but just enough. Working it up the floor.
Yeah, we had 13 threes the last time they played, so that was what more or less won the ball game.
2 already. from the corner. No
Shot
good.
is long. Nicely has the ball.
Oh.
Blocked. Greer blocked him big time. And we're going to have a foul. It's going to be on Martin, I believe.
Yep, it looked like Michael Myers on the receiving end of it.
There's no foul number 4. Ryan
Yep.
Martin, his first.
Yep.
Martin.
It's one foul each for both the Aces and the Pilots, his team.
Greer drives into the lane. Gives it to Parker Thiel. He traveled.
Yep.
6-4.
Substitution for Ayersville, number 24, Jacob Berner. Substitutions for Hicksville, number 4.
Trevian Tunis into the game for the Aces to give Greer a breather. Michael Myers came out as well, and it's
Dylan Early.
early in for him. Yep.
Oh,
there we go.
and a steal by Turnbull. Effectively by Dylan Early, but Turnbull got credit.
Parker Thiel, a nice
Spin
reverse
roll.
layup hook shot underneath the bucket that just bounced out.
Just a little bit too much English on it.
Yep. That's a couple he's had right there.
Yes.
That have just,
Oh, we got an offensive foul. No. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. It's going to be a blocking
20.
foul.
Number 2, Emmerling.
Substitution for Ayersville, number 4, Ryan Martin.
Tunis drives to the hoop, puts it up, it's blocked. Kind of tough, 5'9", going against 6'8". Berner into Schlachter, back out Berner into the lane, 15-footer is no good, and Tunis comes off with the rebound. And discretion was a better part of valor there as he held it up. We have Travian Tunis in the game too. Nice pass down to Parker Thiel,
There we
and it
go.
bounces in.
Hicksville basket, number 12, Parker Thiel.
Thiel finally gets one to go home.
Yeah, it didn't want to very badly. Had to bounce around a couple times. Ball is out to Berner, to Zacharich. Zacharich drives hard at 12 foot and hits it.
Christian Zacharich.
Ayersville basket, number 20, Christian Zacharich.
Peyton Tunis with the ball, Parker Thiel with the ball. What am I? Travian to Peyton, jumper, good.
Oh, that's
For
three.
Hicksville basket, number 2.
6 points for Peyton.
Puts the lead to 5 now, 11-6 for the Aces.
Berner holding the ball. We have a foul called. It's going to be on Dylan Early.
Hicksville foul number 4, Dylan
It's
Early.
team foul number 2 on the Aces.
Team second.
And we have Michael Myers back in the ball game. Jake Greer. Turnbull left. Shot from the corner. It's good. That nasty number
Nicely.
10.
Basket number 10, Kyle Isley.
That's his first points of the night. They hold him scoreless until about a minute left in the first quarter.
Early with Travian Tunis. Cross court. Back to Travian, and the ball is stolen nicely. Oh, that was a nice defensive move by Peyton. He must have got a little bit of the arm.
Hicksville foul number 2, Peyton Tunis, his first, team third.
Nicely is at the line.
36 seconds left in the opening quarter.
Gets the first to fall.
Substitution for Ayersville, number 2, Devin Emmerling. Substitutions for Hicksville, number 12, Parker Thiel.
Bring Parker Thiel and Turnbull back into the game for the Aces.
Devin Emmerling in for the Pilots, replacing Schlachter. And the second free throw is good.
5 points now for Nicely.
Tied at 11 with 30 seconds remaining in the first period here. Turnbull with the ball. Parker Thiel is it to Michael Myers. Michael along the sideline. He traveled.
Little mistakes.
Landon tried to go two directions with one move.
6.7 seconds.
So get up tight on him. Keep him from getting a decent shot. Martin with the ball. He's going to drive to the lane. No good, and it's tipped, and it's no good. Michael Myers with the rebound, and no good on the shot. At the end of the first period, it is 11 for each of the two teams, Ayersville and Hicksville.
And we'll take our first break of the night, and for the first time, we'll say a big thank you to our basketball broadcast underwriters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick and Jim Schmidt Ford with us throughout the entire basketball season and down the tournament trail as well. We want to thank them so very much for their continued support. Remind you that if you're in the market for a vehicle, brand new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, check out the great selection that they have on the lots at Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick, Jim Schmidt Ford, or the entire dealer inventory available to look over online at jimschmidtauto.com. Also, a big thank you to our tournament broadcast underwriter, the Hicksville Athletic Boosters, proudly supporting Aces athletics each and every school year and all school year long. Want to thank them so very much for their continued support as well, making it possible for us to be on the road, bringing you Aces sectional basketball tournament action, the Hicksville Athletic Boosters. 8 minutes on the clock, and we're ready to get quarter number 2 underway.
Starters back on the floor, except for Zacharich for Ayersville, and for Hicksville, starters are on the floor. Greer, bounce pass in the corner to Tunis.
There we go.
Gets a deuce.
Hicksville basket number 2.
8 points for Peyton. McGuire. Martin with the ball. Gives it to Zacharich. To Nicely. Lob down low.
Nope.
Came up short on the alley-oop. Nice
Double
job.
clutch.
Hicksville basket number 3, Michael Myers.
He put both defenders in the air and then was able to just take a nice little leap and put it home.
Yeah, he's got a talent for that. Ball still knocked away, and Parker Thiel is going to be fouled.
Ayersville foul
Number 1, McGuire.
It's team foul number 3 on Ayersville now.
Berner's back in the game along with Schlachter for Ayersville. Emmeling is on the floor too. Number two. Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Just rolled across the front.
Turnbull had gone up for the board, and he just couldn't quite get more than his fingertips on the ball.
Schlachter to Martin. Martin going down baseline. Nicely in the corner to Berner.
That's good for 3.
Ayersville basket number 24, Jacob Berner.
Berner gets his name in the scorebook for the first time.
Hey, Parker Thiel misses. Oh, that was Turnbull, missed a bunny underneath. Rebound went to Nicely. Martin up the floor with the ball. Oh, we have another whistle.
Hicksville foul number 2.
Tunis got the foul.
Team 4, substitution for Hicksville number 4, Dylan Early.
Second personal on Tunis, and that's team foul number 4 on the Aces.
He's going to sit down for a while. Ball inside. Schlachter, his shot is short. Rebound underneath there to McGuire, and he hits it.
Basket number 1, Sam McGuire.
Makes it 16-15 Pilots.
Greer from 15, it's no good. Rebound, Parker Thiel lays it up and good.
Hicksville basket number 12, Parker
4
Thiel.
points for Parker. Burner with the ball for the Pilots. To Martin. Martin at 15 foot. Tried to pass inside, and Greer's hand deflected it. He gets it down to Schlachter, back out to Martin. He's going to shoot a 3, and bingo.
Hicksville basket number 4, Ryan Martin.
3 points for Martin.
19-17 now. The Pilots lead up to 2.
Turnbull to early in the lane. Back out to Turnbull for 3, no good. Rebound goes up to Greer, and we're going to have a foul.
Ayersville foul.
24.
Burner.
Team 4.
Team foul number 4 on the floor, so Aces will get the ball on the baseline.
Myers inbounds it out to Early. To Greer. Back to Myers to Greer. Parker Thiel to Greer. Nice pass down low, knocked away by Ayersville. Parker got a hand on it, couldn't control it, and Ayersville knocked it away. That was
Substitution for Ayersville.
Zachrich will be back in the game.
Yep, Zachrich for Martin for Ayersville. So Michael Myers will inbound it for the Aces to Parker Thiel. He's got the short jumper, he's short on it, and the rebound goes to McGuire. Burner with the ball across the 10-second line. Then nicely gives it up to Zachrich. And it's going to be off the hand of nicely out of bounds.
Yeah.
Substitution for Ayersville, number 2, Kevin Emmerling.
Emmerling in for McGuire for Ayersville. Early to Turnbull. Gives to Parker Thiel to Dylan Early in the lane. 8-footer is deflected, and he is fouled.
That should send Dillon to the line. It'll be team foul 5 on the
Ayersville foul
Pilots.
number 2, Kevin Emmerling. His second.
Emmerling second. There you go. One time for Dylan.
Substitution for Ayersville, number 4, Ryan Martin.
Martin back in the game for Ayersville. Burner will set down. And Early hits 2. He's got 2
Substitution
points.
for Hicksville, number 14, Gage Yoder.
Yoder in the game now for the Aces.
Replacing
Greer.
Greer. Martin lob pass inside off his Zachrich's hands. And he ends
Zachrich
up in
goes
the
into
bench.
Yeah. He's in.
Yeah, Coach Blue had him on his back. Ball shot put up by Emmerling.
Ayersville basket number 2, Kevin Emmerling.
21-19. Parker Thiel. Emmerling working on him. Michael Myers from outside misses, and nicely with the rebound. Gives it to Martin. Pass inside. Schlachter.
Schlachter gets his 3rd and 4th points of the night, and timeout on the floor for Coach Tony Tier as the Aces go down by 4, 23-19. This one has been pretty close so far here tonight. Again, the Aces using their speed and their accuracy. They are suffering a little bit. Parker Thiel is about 50% from the floor. He's missed a couple of the shots that normally you wouldn't see him missing.
Yeah, he's got, the 6'8" kid in front of him, and it's got to change his shot a little bit.
So,
some of the stats on these two teams, scoring-wise, leading scorer for Hicksville is Peyton Tunis at 17-4. Parker Thiel at 15-4. For Ayersville, it's Kyle Nicely at 15-8 and Ethan Schlachter at 14-8. So the top scorers are really close.
Yep.
Rebounding-wise, Parker Thiel is averaging 7.7 and Ethan Schlachter is at 8.7. So, both of these teams match up really well. The only difference is 6'8" out there.
Yep.
Gage Yoder in the corner, Dylan early. Back to Yoder. Oh, no. Off Parker Thiel's hands and out of bounds.
Started making his break before he had the ball all the way under control. And
yep.
Tunis and Greer coming back into the game early, and Yoder will step out for the Aces. 2:37 left in the half. And again, it's a 4-point lead for the Pilots. They've got the ball, and they cross midcourt.
Martin bounce pass inside to Schlachter. Nicely with the ball. Cross court to Berner. Didn't get off his shot. Parker Thiel shot that one down. Martin with the ball. Martin, top of the lane. Schlachter gives it up. So Berner drives in the lane, and there's a whistle on the play.
That's going to be on Turnbull.
Yes. It's going to be on 11. Rear.
Team foul number 5, and that'll send Berner to the line. He'll shoot 2.
Misses the first one. That 4-point lead is the biggest one of the game so far. And he misses the second one. Good rebound by Schlachter, and it's good. So they go to a 6-point lead.
Here come the Aces.
Greer with the ball to Tunis. Tunis drives on Berner and lays it up and good. 10 points for Peyton.
Peyton, I think just last week, I think he picked up his second Player of the Week award from the Crescent News. Having a pretty good year. You get that twice in one season. So
yeah, they usually like to keep that from happening.
Yep.
Martin's got the ball. Drives into the lane, pitches over in the corner. Berner bangs another 3. 6 points for Berner. Michael Myers in the lane, shot put up, and Schlachter with the rebound. Schlachter's playing an entirely different game than he played 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
Nicely, top of the lane, gives it to Berner.
48 seconds left in the half.
Berner to Martin. Martin round the corner, lobs into Schlachter. He tried to get it back outside to Berner, and it was knocked down, and Aces come away with it. Parker Thiel to Michael Meyer, it's no good. And the rebound goes to Nicely. Martin walking it up the floor.
15 seconds left in the half.
Nicely with it. On the point. Calls the play. Martin with it's going to do a lob over the top, or else nicely shoots, and which he did. And Parker Thiel has the rebound, and that is the end of the first half of play with Ayersville on top of the Aces, 28-21.
So we've reached halftime, and we'll take a break here from Paulding Panther Stadium here at Paulding High School. We're going to take a break, but we invite you to stay tuned. Jim and I will be back, and we'll have all the exciting play-by-play for the second half coming your way right here on HIX-TV.
We're back here now at Paulding High School, getting ready for the second half. We'll give you a rundown of the scoring in the first half for Ayersville. Sam McGuire, he had 4 points. Devin Emmerling had 2. Ryan Martin, a triple. Kyle Nicely, 2 free throws and a triple. Ethan Schlachter has 3 2-pointers. Christian Zacharich has 1. And Jacob Berner has 2 triples. For Hicksville, Peyton Tunis has 2 triples and two baskets for 10 points. He's leading all scorers. Michael Myers has 2 points. Dylan Early, 2 free throws. Jake Greer, 1 3-pointer. Parker Thiel, 2 2-pointers. And the score is 28 for Ayersville and 21 for Hicksville.
Yeah, and it is a little bit of a different look to the Pilots from when we saw them at Hicksville a couple of weeks ago. They're spreading out their scoring. They aren't focusing so much. When we got to halftime of the game during the regular season, I think Schlachter had like 16 or 17 points or whatever.
Well, nicely did.
Yeah, nicely at the half. And Schlachter was right behind him with like 10, I think, or whatever. And the two of them really carried the torch for the most part for that game. And while Nicely still has 5 and Schlachter has 6, like I said, you can see that they're sort of spreading it around, so they're not letting the Aces, if the Aces' game plan was to let's shut down Nicely and control Schlachter, that's not going to be as effective because they've got others stepping up and.
Right. Yeah, McGuire, he might have had 4 points in the first game. I know Martin didn't score at all. So Ayersville has the ball here in the second half. Berner with it, gives it to Martin. Martin over on top of the free throw line. Nicely, follows him over, brings it backside Berner. Berner up on top, gives it to Martin. Got Greer on him. Peyton Tunis just all over Nicely. He isn't getting open. Nicely banging him and chest shots.
They're still going to make sure that he doesn't come away with 20 points tonight, I think.
Yeah, got a good shot. Unless something happens in the second half.
Tunis does have 2 personal fouls, but he's the only ace that has more than 1 hanging on him.
Pass outside went. It was Berner and it was missed, and the rebound went to Jake Greer. Tunis with it up the floor over to Parker Thiel. Out to Turnbull, and he traveled. He's got to learn to quit that split.
If you're going to do that little hesitation move to get them to go off balance just a little bit, you got to remember you can't move too much far. You can't move too forward. Can't move too much for putting the ball down.
What he does is takes his left foot and goes forward with it and then drops the right one back to make his move. Oh.
And they're going to give the whistle to Michael Myers.
Yes. Nicely got away with one there. Martin with the ball. Lob pass inside.
Nothing
Schlocker,
there.
and it comes back out to Berner. Ooh. Parker Thiel shot.
There we go.
Hicksville basket number 12, Parker Thiel.
Thiel,
That took a nice throw.
a baseball line drive pass down the floor.
Martin with the ball, coming back out on top, inside the lane, 10-footer, missed everything.
Drive down floor again.
Parker Thiel gets another one.
Hicksville basket number 12.
8 points, and Ayersville wants to talk about that.
Yeah, they got to stop that from happening, and they're not getting back on defense. Their transition is not good at all.
Nope, like I said, they're getting to the point where if they take a shot and miss, and Aces come up with the rebound, and they're going to rocket it down the three-quarters court to Parker Thiel or whomever is down there waiting just in case.
Yeah, that time they had two options because there was another one on this side.
Yep. So they're kind of trusting on Turnbull and Greer to get the rebound.
Yes.
And they'll
Right.
have one or two of them drop back. And
Greer's got the arm to be able to throw it
Yep.
pretty accurately.
Tunis is hanging back a little bit to be like the cutoff man if they can only get a half-court throw.
So it's 28-25.
Aces cut the deficit to 3.
So Ayersville with the ball. Martin bringing it up against Myers. Did nicely with it. To Martin. Martin in the lane. Out to Nicely. Got it just a little bit off, you could see.
Field tries to get it to Turnbull. He can't handle the
Schlocker
pass.
Took it away. Schlocker is playing a lot harder than he did 2 weeks ago. Oh, nice interception of the
High off the glass, no good.
Parker Thiel with a shot, rebound, and he gets the bucket.
10 points now for Thiel, and he'll go to the line.
Ayersville foul number 1, Sam McGuire, his second, team first.
McGuire with 2.
Substitution for Ayersville number 2, Devin Emmerling.
McGuire is out, and Emmerling is in for him.
In and out.
Yeah. Could have tied it up right there, made it a new ball game, but instead, we're just still going at it.
Michael Myers gets the steal, and then he's fouled. All right. That's going to be number 2 on Martin.
Martin should have got a technical for a delay of game.
Team second, substitution for Ayersville, number 24, Jacob Berner.
The Ayersville coach is going to set him down and let him cool off right
Yeah.
away.
Yep. He did.
And they gave him a
technicalized
T.
him. Yep.
So does that make it
That's a personal foul.
three personal fouls on him then?
Yep. Yep, they changed that a couple years ago.
Oh. And they're still showing just 2.
Yeah.
So
You know,
Tunis gets the second one to go down. Makes it a tie game, 28. The Aces will have the ball. I guess they're going to say the technical foul was the one that they called, which doesn't make sense to me because how can you?
right. Should have been a foul initially.
Nope, now they've got a third one on the
okay.
floor for Martin.
Somebody didn't know.
Yep, that's team foul number 3. Tunis.
Off of the glass. Schlocker with the rebound. Zachary gives it inside. And we're going to have a foul.
Myers or Tunis.
This game could get away pretty soon.
Thiel. Yep. It's either going to be Thiel or Myers. They were both in there. Yeah, I was going to say that Thiel picks up his first one.
Schlachter misses.
Early checks into the game for Turnbull.
Schlachter's second one is up and it's no good, and Dylan Early gets the rebound.
Shortest guy on the floor.
Yes.
Myers.
Ooh.
Nope. I think somebody got
deflected.
Yeah, I think somebody got a piece of the ball. And that's going to be on Early.
Early's going to get the reach.
Team foul number 3 now on the Aces.
Nicely. Got right at the elbow and got stopped. Burner with the ball. And Tunis gets picked up a foul. That's his third.
Yep.
Hicksville foul number 2, Nick Tunis, his third, team fourth.
Nicely looking over the floor.
Trying to get by Tunis. Puts it up. It's no good. Tipped up. And Parker Thiel with the rebound and quickly down the floor. Into the lane. Gets it out to Tunis. Short. Rebound. Greer.
Stepped on the baseline.
The fans winning a technical foul for that. Burner uses a hand to push off when he dribbles. Burner to Zachary. Zachary heading for the elbow. Burner with it out on top. Working on Tunis. Spins. Travel.
Still tied at 28, 2:46 left in quarter number 3. And after the travel, the Aces will get the ball back. Peyton Tunis will have it on the baseline. Inbounds it to Michael Myers.
I think he expected Tunis to be leaning or standing there yet, and so he could lean on him, and he was backed up.
Tunis
in and out. Schlachter with the rebound, gives the ball up to Burner. Nicely. Zachary with the ball. Out to Emmeling. Nicely for a 2. It's no good. And Parker Thiel with a rebound. Boy, this is exactly opposite of last time. We're having a Hicksville timeout.
Timeout taken by Hicksville.
So the Aces will take their second timeout of the night with 2:03 left to go here in the third quarter. And again, the game tied. We've been stuck at 28 all for a while here. Neither team been able to crack the scoring ice. So
yeah, we've played all this game so far, and now for nothing.
And we've had a couple of really good shots go in and out. And so, yeah, here we are, basically a scoreless tie.
Yep.
And anybody's ball game.
Yes, it is.
Glad to have you here with us. Of course, as Jim mentioned earlier in the pregame, whomever wins this contest will be back here at Paulding High School on Friday night. They will play in the late game Friday at 8 o'clock tip-off. And they will be taking on the sectional's third seed, Adolphus St. John's. So it doesn't get any easier. And then the sectional champions from here at Paulding will then advance to district play at Elida. And looking at some of the other teams in the sectional, it's not going to get any easier from here on in. The likes of Crestview and Fort Jennings, Ottoville in there.
No, Ottawa Glandorf.
Yep.
#1 in the state.
Back in action.
Parker Thiel into the lane, loses control of the ball, and goes out of bounds.
I don't know if somebody got in there and slapped that ball, or
didn't look like it when he spun.
Missed the dribble.
Yeah. Yeah, when you spun and his hand didn't get behind the ball, it just went away.
Sort of like that. Pilots almost lose the ball, but managed to get it back.
Their long pass down underneath isn't working the way they planned it, I don't think, because they quick kick it out, and it's going to be, shot as a 3 when they kick it out, and it doesn't happen.
I think that's going to be another one on early. That'll be his third personal, and team foul number 5. Gets that one.
McGuire with the free throw.
Substitution for Ayersville, number 20, Christian Zachary.
And misses that one. Parker Thiel with a rebound, gives it to Tunis. Everybody in the set. Early into the corner to Mike Myers. Has missed, and Schlachter gets the rebound.
Now they're going to go down the floor.
And
that's going to be on Mr.
Nicely.
Martin. Or Mr. Nicely. Yeah.
Nicely. Came down behind.
It's team foul number 4 on the Pilots. And first personal foul by Kyle Nicely of tonight. Under a minute to go here in our third quarter.
Michael Myers underneath.
Oh,
nice pass. Great pass from Greer. So the Aces are now in the lead, 30-29. Schlachter, Martin. Martin gives it to Nicely. Burner.
Down to 15 seconds.
Nicely with the ball. Gives it down to Martin. They're going to try to lob over the top again.
They throw it away.
And they throw it out of bounds.
So the Aces will get the ball back with 6.2 seconds. And a chance to maybe put in a shot before the buzzer.
Number 22, Landon Turnbull.
Turnbull back on the floor for the Aces. At Tunis. Short on the NBA.
free, yeah.
So at the end of 3 quarters, it's Hicksville 30 and the Ayersville Pilots 29.
So we'll get ready for the next 8 minutes, last 8 minutes of regulation here. And we'll say another big thank you to our broadcast underwriters making our tournament basketball coverage possible here this evening from Paulding High School. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio. Jim Schmidt Chevrolet Buick. Jim Schmidt Ford, and online at jimschmidtauto.com. Remember, if you're in the market for a vehicle, brand new, pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, check out the great selection that they have on the lots at the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, proudly supporting Aces basketball on HIX-TV. And also our tournament coverage underwritten by the Hicksville Athletic Boosters. Proud to support Aces athletics in every way, shape, and form throughout the entirety of the school year. We thank them all for their continued support, making it possible for us to be on the road, bringing you tournament basketball coverage on HIX-TV. The Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, and online at jimschmidtauto.com, and our good friends at the Hicksville Athletic Boosters.
That quarter, Ayersville scored 1 point, and the Aces had 9.
Need another quarter like that to put this one away.
Greer with the ball, too. Parker Thiel. Turnbull from outside. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound goes to McGuire. To Martin. And here they come. And nicely.
Thiel coming out to keep him at bay a little bit.
Yep. To stay close enough to him, he can't make that drive.
Zachrich.
No good. Rebound. Ayersville.
Up and good. And McGuire.
McGuire. Parker Thiel in the lane. Good. Good.
Hicksville basket number 12, Parker Thiel.
That gives him 12.
Almost got it away from him. Martin manages to hang on.
Zachrich with the ball. And nicely. Close. Martin from the side. It's short, and Michael Myers gets the rebound. Martin's all over him, and Zachrich runs into him.
And somebody gave him a pop to the jaw.
Ayersville foul number 20, Christian Zachrich, his first, team 5th.
I had a feeling this game could get a little testy. Pass inside to
there we go. Nice little turnaround jumper, and Ace is up by 3.
They just catch them flat-footed when they do that. Nicely inside the 2. And we're going to have a foul on McGuire.
Sam picks up his second. That'll be team foul 6.
That's his
on
third.
The Pilots. You're right. I must have missed one.
Ayersville foul number 1, Sam McGuire.
Ayersville timeout.
So the Pilots taking their second timeout of the night. They're down by 3. Full 1 minute timeout. The Aces have been doing a good job of, containing their big men. And they really don't want the Aces to get one of those red-hot shooting streaks where they're moving up and down the floor at breakneck speed.
Yeah,
because we've seen it happen a few times, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you find yourself down by 8 or 10 points. So they want to try to put an end to this little rally that the Aces have got going right now.
Yeah, anything to stop the momentum, and that's why they needed the timeout. I couldn't believe it. They only scored 1 point in that quarter.
So the Pilots and the Aces will both break their huddles. And it'll be Hicksville's ball on the baseline. Again, the Aces up by 3, 6:05 left in regulation.
Turnbull bringing the ball up. Is it to Thiel in the lane? Is it out to Greer? To Turnbull on top. No good. Rebound, Dylan Early. Greer from outside. Bingo. 6 points for Greer, 2 threes. Burner, lob inside,
and
taken away by Greer.
Oh, thank you very much. And that one's taken away
nicely. Lays it up and it's good. 7 points for Nicely. Greer from outside. Drives down inside. Ball is deflected out of bounds. It'll be Hicksville's ball into their basket. So Michael Myers coming in for early. Emerly and Zachrich come in for Ayersville. Michael Myers outside to Greer, in the corner to Turnbull. To Tunis. Somebody balance the floor. Myers out to Greer. Gives it out to Turnbull. And it's no good.
Ball still loose. Parker
Thiel gets fouled, I believe.
And that'll be number 7. I think that's going to be the 4th one called on Martin.
Yep.
And that puts the Aces in the bonus for the remaining 4 minutes and 14 seconds of this game. Parker Thiel hits the front end. Gets them both.
Ayersville. Oh, Burner with it. Lob inside to Schlachter.
Almost
it's knocked away. Aces. Greer slapped the ball back in, but his foot was on the line.
Yeah.
Greer's doing just a super job on Schlachter. Greer can jump too. Burner with the ball. Gonna give it up nicely to Burner. Lob inside. Nowhere to go. Zachrich gives it to Nicely. Got a pick. Missed. Didn't get the shot off. There's some good defense going on, I'm telling you. Oh.
Thiel will pick up his second.
He was headed for the ball. God.
That'll be team foul number 6. And timeout, Ayersville. 3:18 left to go. The Pilots want to talk about it. I'm sure Parker did not want to commit that foul. He wanted to keep that cushion to maybe take advantage of being in the bonus while the Pilots were not for a little while longer. But not able to do that. So again, the next foul the Aces commit will likewise send the Pilots to the line. So both teams will be in the bonus after this. Pilots with still 2 timeouts remaining for the balance of the game. The Aces can stop the ball or stop the clock 3 times.
39-33, Aces with the lead right now, 6 points. Burner gets it into Zachrich, or now Emmeling. Gives it to Nicely. To Burner. To Nicely, down low to Schlachter, and he is fouled.
And that might be number 3 on Parker Thiel.
Yep, it is.
Hicksville foul number 12, Parker Thiel, his 3rd.
All I know is Kyle Nicely's going to go home tonight. When he gets ready to brush his teeth, he's going to be turning around to see if Peyton Tunis is standing there.
Asking for his toothbrush.
Substitution for Ayersville number 4, Ryan Martin.
Misses the first one. It was a 2-shot foul, so he will get one more. That
Got
one's
it.
good.
1 for 4 on the night with 7 points.
Aces still up by 5.
Thiel underneath.
Blocked.
Shot blocked. Burner comes out with it. Down to the foul line. Does it to Nicely, out to Martin. Martin calls the play. Burner, lob into Schlachter.
And stolen away. Oh, Greer just
Traveled.
missed. Greer almost got the steal and almost got it back. We got the steal, almost got it in back in bounds.
Martin, lob inside to Schlachter, up off the glass and good. 9 points for Schlachter.
39-36. The Aces start creeping back into the game.
Tunis holds it back out. 2 minutes remaining in the ball game. Greer from the corner. It's too long. Parker Thiel with the rebound. And
Count it, and he's going to go to the line.
Ayersville foul number 10. Kyle Nisley, his second, team 8. Substitutions for Ayersville number 1, Sam McGuire.
McGuire will come back in. And Zachrich back in for the Pilots. McGuire's got 3 personal fouls hanging on him. That's good.
You're right. He knows what kind of chewing gum he's chewing right now.
Like I said, he's
Zachrich and Nicely with the ball. Lob inside. Kicks it back out to Martin. Bingo, he got a 3 and they got a timeout.
Martin hits the tray.
That's 6 points for him.
And it makes it a 3-point game once again, 42-39, and the Pilots call timeout immediately. They will have, I think, 1 remaining. So they're going to have to be judicious in their usage. A full 1 minute timeout. So he's going to try to cover a lot of ground with his players here.
He's probably going to go to a press now to slow the Aces down. Then, stopping them with the timeout's going to allow them to put a press on, and it's going to allow them to discuss the defense that they're going to use over there.
Because it's going to be all about either getting the ball away from them, preventing them from taking a shot, or making sure that they get the rebound.
Now they've scored 10 this quarter, and we've got 12.
So the fourth quarter looking a lot like the first quarter, score-wise.
It really is.
Neck and neck. Aces will have the ball.
Yep, press is on. 1-2-2 press. Parker Thiel bringing the ball up. Myers down to Turnbull.
There you go.
His first points.
You now make them work for the shot. Take some time off the clock if you can.
Schlachter back to Martin. Back to Schlachter. Out to Burner. Misses the shot. Oh, wow.
There you go.
Parker Thiel.
Under a minute. Aces up by 7.
Na. Nicely steps out of bounds.
Baseline. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, geez.
And the Aces faithful come to their feet.
Yes, they did.
It's a 3-possession game, and there's less than 40 seconds.
Tunis gets it up. Greer holds it along the sideline. Looking for somebody to give it to. Zachrich all over him. Gets it to Michael Myers. Myers has it knocked away by Berner. Martin has it, goes to the hoop, makes it, and they call a timeout. Martin now has 8 points.
They'll make it 46-41. It's still a 2-possession game. Even the rarity of a 3-point shot that goes down and you draw the foul and you can make a 4-point play won't help out the Pilots here. And this will be the last timeout that the Pilots have available to them, barring an overtime, which I don't think we're going to have to worry about.
You're so optimistic. I'm sitting here thinking Ben didn't want us to be delayed getting out of here.
Yeah, that's true.
He had to get home.
He doesn't like to. He doesn't like to run late in the morning, and wants to get get a good solid 8 hours in.
Get a solid one.
so he can be bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, and ready to learn.
Yeah.
19.7 seconds left in the game. Aces up by 5. They will have the ball on the baseline.
Field inbound it. Breakout. Tunis pulls it back out. And he is fouled by Nicely.
There's no foul number 10, Kyle Nicely, his third, team 9.
Zachrich back in the game.
So 5-point lead for the Aces, 15.4 seconds. Peyton Tunis at the line. This will be the last one and one.
That was a rock.
Yeah.
Martin, ball knocked out of bounds by Turnbull.
Stops the clock with 7.8 seconds. It'll stay with the Pilots.
Now we have a timeout.
Timeout from Coach Tony Tier.
Well, we're down to 7.8. You know, right now is when you just leave them inbound the ball.
Yep.
And make the basket.
Let them take the shot and then just hold on to it.
And then you just,
Take
if
it
they
out.
don't make it, just hold on to it. If they do make it, you just step out of bounds and let the clock run out because
Yep.
they got 5 seconds. This is a different ball game than what I really expected. The first half was what I expected the whole night. But that
Kind
third
of a close
quarter,
contest, a little bit of a run and gun, and then
the third quarter, we must have really got a discussion in the locker room.
yes,
Coach Zachrich is setting down. Him and Coach Brown.
Zachrich comes back out onto the floor and pulling on his waistband a little bit, nicely out there, along with Schlachter.
Martin to inbound it quickly. Zachrich in and out.
And the Aces are just standing there watching.
No good. And the ball is tossed away, and that's the ball game.
And you were right, Jim. They just stood there and watched.
Yeah, you just stand there and leave it go. And the final score is Hicksville 46 and Ayersville 41.
And we'll do some quick computations here to get some scoring numbers. Goodness. Well, while Jim is compiling, we'll let you know that with the win, the Aces will advance now to the sectional final game, which will be back here at Paulding High School. It'll be the late session game on Friday night with Delphus St. John's. Again, the Aces were the number 6 seed for this sectional, and St. John's is number 3. So It'll be a battle to see who will advance. The first game on Friday will be the Lincoln View Lancers, who won the early game here, knocking off Continental. They will play the second-ranked, or the second-seeded team, Wayne Trace, the Raiders. So it'll be Lincoln View against Wayne Trace and Hicksville against Alpha St. John's, which, should the Aces win and if the Wayne Trace Raiders win, would set up a district semifinal at Elida, which would be a rematch between the Raiders and the Aces, which would be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens. There's a lot.
Everybody there.
Yeah, there's a lot of basketball, though, that's coming up with Alpha St. John on Friday night. We'll, of course, be back here with you for that one as well. And unofficial scoring, Jim, I'll turn it over to you.
All right. This is definitely unofficial. For Ayersville, Sam McGuire had 2 baskets and 3 free throws for 7. Devin Emmeling had 1 basket for 2. Ryan Martin had 2 threes and a 2 for 8. Kyle Nicely had a 3 and a basket and 2 free throws for 7. Ethan Schlachter had 4 baskets and 1 free throw for 9. Christian Zachrich, he had 1 basket for 2. And Jacob Berner had 2 threes and missed 2 free throws for a total of 6.
So not a single pilot in double figures.
Right, and they were 6 of 12 at the free throw line. That isn't the kind of free throw shooting you need in a tournament. For Hicksville, Peyton Tunis led, or no, I guess he didn't.
No, it was Parker Thiel.
Parker Thiel led him. Peyton Tunis had 2 threes, 3 twos, and 1 free throw out of 3 for 13. Michael Myers, 2 baskets for 4. Dylan Early, 2 free throws for 2. Jake Greer had 6 points with 2 threes. And Parker Thiel had 8 deuces and 3 free throws for 19. And the last one, not the least, is Turnbull. He had 1 basket for 2, and the Aces were 6 of 9 at the line. So, they definitely, when it came down to it, the free throw line definitely helped the Aces. And
as we said, both teams making some adjustments. And the Aces' big one was, again, they just, Peyton Tunis was just on nicely like glue.
Oh, man.
And they really, really put the pressure on Schlachter as well. So they really contained both big men. Again, the first time these two teams met, I mean, it was almost like a career night for Nicely.
Oh, it was.
And Schlachter had his fair share of points, too. So they put an end to that. The Pilots were trying to spread things around. But, again, it was just, in the end, hard to keep up with the Aces' quickness. And when the Aces started doing that fast down-the-floor transition where they were throwing the baseball line drive passes down 3/4 of the court, it was just... There was just no defense against that.
That was the explosion that stretched the score out.
Yeah, because when they iced him in the third quarter, that was the ball game.
And I looked up there, and it had been like 2 points, and the next time I looked up there, and it was 39-33, and it's holy cow. But if you match up things, Peyton Tunis, he averages 17 points, and he had 13, so he was a -4.
Yeah.
So the next one is Nicely. He had 6. He averages 16, and he had 7.
Yep.
So he's -9. And then you go down to Schlachter. He has an average of 15, and he had 9. So he was -6. And then you go to Parker Thiel, and you have a 15, and he had 19 points.
+4.
So he's +4. So the way it ended up, we ended up even on ours, and they ended up a -15.
Yeah. So, again, like I said, good job with Coach Tony Tier altering the game plan just enough to keep them off guard. And
he did.
Great job by the Aces getting the job done. It was little worrisome a couple times. We weren't sure how things were going to go, but in the end, the Aces put it together,
Right.
and they come away with the sectional semifinal win. And that, of course, means Jim and I will be right back here on Friday night for the late session game. Keep your eye on the program guide, and we will have that sectional final matchup between Delphus St. John's and the Aces. The Aces will be one of the few times we've seen them in their road reds.
Yeah, really.
Here at Paulding High School. So we'll look forward to that on Friday night. And with that, now we're going to call it a night, too. It's been a long day and a late evening.
Yes, it's been a long
So
day.
we'll say a big thank you once again to the Paulding Athletic Department. Always a pleasure to come down here, and a great broadcast position. We want to thank them so very much.
Chris Etzler, the athletic director.
Yes, indeed. Doing a great job and treating us right. And again, thanks to our underwriters, the Jim Schmidt family of automotive dealerships in Hicksville, Ohio, and the Hicksville Athletic Boosters. And with that, one more time, the Aces come home with the victory in a sectional semifinal over the Ayersville Pilots 46-41. And for Ben Vandenbos running the camera, and for Jim Seiler calling the play-by-play, I'm Bill Murphy with Hicksville Community Television, wishing you good night and good sports.